went to my comic shop today to pick up my weekly worth of comics, and DC brought out a little like one shot to celebrate Valentine's Day, which is happening next week, and that is the Young Romance comic. It's a one shot. It spans over like 6 stories, and to what I can actually say, it was actually pretty damn good. Let me talk. I'll start off with who are featured in it. You have sort of Batman and Catwoman, Batgirl, Nightwing. You had 2 characters from the Stromwatch, Aquaman and Merlin. I can't pronounce her name. And then you have, obviously, you know, Wonder Woman and Superman. Stories I felt that stand out real tall were Batgirl. Was actually quite an interesting story. I love the fact they sort of did that. It makes kind of Batgirl a bit more down to earth a little bit. I feel love it. The Aquaman story I've completely loved. It's one of those pure Valentine's Day stories that you know, it's a cop out. It's done before, but for a comic book to do it and the way that they done it, absolutely interesting. Absolutely loved it. And yeah, and to be honest, the Superman Wonder Woman one wasn't really that bad either. It was actually nicely done. There was a couple I thought that wasn't really. I thought that was good. I thought the Stormwatch one wasn't really that good, and the Nightwing one I thought was interesting, but I don't understand why they sort of the way they kind of had it. I'm not going to spoil. You'll see what I mean when you kind of read to like the last page of Nightwing's story. And the Batman Catwoman is more kind of like how the two of them first met, sort of in a way. And one of the problems I have with this is it's going to lead up to a lot of into the main series. So even though this has a one shot, it's still going to lead up, you know. So it's still going to count, which I feel is a bit. I feel as though it's kind of not fair. I would have loved it if it was just standalone, because that's what I think one shot should be. Just a standalone series or comic that doesn't really tie into anything. It's just something that they came up and thought, let's celebrate it. The one interesting thing is you get a Valentine's Day card, right, and some of it is very, very cheesy. There's an Aquaman one, and I'm not making this up, right? I am normally the one for telling bad jokes, but it does say let's make a splash Valentine. Yeah. And then what was it? Oh, there's a Catwoman, which is obviously You're Perfect. I mean, some of it's cringy a wee bit. Oh, the Flash is kind of like my personal favourite DC character, and his one is You Stole My Heart in a Flash. And you know what? I've read to this bit, and like I saw the other cards. What is it? Fear Not, I Will Always Love You. Green Lantern, if you actually think about it, that is kind of cheesy. To be honest, some of it's very cheesy, but I think because it's so cheesy, it actually works. Now, the price, because in America it's $70-$99, right? But it's pretty steep, right? And over here it's like £6 or whatnot, depending where you get it. I will probably say this is quite a steep, and I probably think they really should have, you know, this I think would have worked if it was like $5 or whatnot, because because this is kind of like, you're expecting to buy this for like your girlfriend who probably is either into comics, or maybe you just want to treat her to a wee comic book to read. You know, it's good, it's interesting. The thing is though, like, I've read it, you've probably watched my review, but if you've got a girlfriend that's into comics, or you just want to get her something a little bit different, I strongly recommend it. I think it is different. Obviously, you know, you get the standard stuff, but it's something different, and I think that is why I like this issue a bit more. is because it is exactly something different. It's different from what you normally would get. So yeah, I actually recommend it, and I think you will, you know, if you are a comic book, this is still a good read.